course, though, we want to get back to the big story of the last day and a half now. The death of Greg Biffle and his family and 3 others in a devastating plane crash in Statesville. We're not just getting more information, hopefully very soon here at 3 p.m. from the NTSB on what happened during this crash. We're also getting a chance to hear from people who knew him, from his community, from the NASCAR community, people impacted by the entire family's philanthropy, and specifically Mooresville, where he lived most recently. And that's where we find our Jesse Pierre, who's in front of what looks to be a memorial. Jesse, I know you've gotten to speak to the mayor and some other people who knew of his impact. What can you tell us today?
Well, you know, we're here on Main Street near his Walk of Fame star, and folks have been stopping by and, you know, dropping flowers, some sharing stories about him. And, you know, if we can get closer, you can see the star and some flowers here in a wreath that was brought here. And this was actually just, he was inducted just a few months ago. And so, you know, having this place that folks can come and just kind of share memories and just kind of think of Greg Biffle and everything he has done. Now, when it comes to sharing stories, you know, people are just, you know, they just remember him as an amazing man, of course, you know, with the racing and his career, but everything he has done to really give back. I've spoken to some folks who talk about how he used his own helicopter to bring relief to the western port of North Carolina after Hurricane Helene. And just, you know, he's remembered as a humble person, a person who always gave back. I spoke to the Mooresville mayor, Chris Carney, earlier, and he talked about how, you know, they just met for dinner just not too long ago, and he then went to do a Toys for Tots and getting gifts for kids who are in need. And, you know, anyone I speak to, they just have so many great things to say about Greg Biffle. And of course, it's devastating, his loss, but, you know, his children and everyone who lost their lives in this crash. It's just a huge loss, and I think there's a lot of people who are heartbroken by everything that has taken place yesterday and again throughout the day. It's just been a growing memorial, flowers, and just, you know, moments of just thoughts of Greg Biffle, his family, everyone again who lost their lives, and everyone who is connected or hurt by all of this. And I think, you know, I think we can all feel something as far as also knowing that children lost their lives in this tragic way as well. But this is kind of what we've been hearing here, and, you know, especially with folks in Mooresville, because he lived in this area, it's a heartbreaking day for many.
Yeah, Jesse, absolutely. And zooming into those memorial notes and seeing people say, you know, to my friend, just really paints the picture here of how people are feeling. I know you've got a lot of work to do. I know you're live at 4, 5, and 6, so we'll let you get back to what you need to do, but thank you for taking the time to speak with us. We are going to take a quick break here and then continue our coverage of the tragedy that is this plane crash and the death of Greg Biffle and his family and 3 others. We'll be back in 2 minutes.